Hey there, Destination Declutterers. Mod Betty here. Just thinking that I should probably shower more often because I get I don't know, do you get inspirations in the shower? I get inspirations. So I wanted to share this with you prior to the weekend. All right. This is totally extemporaneous. I don't really have this planned, but I just had this concept that I wanted to share with you because I just came back from vacation and it's before the weekend. And I had a couple of thoughts that I think might be of value to you as far as decluttering and kind of what it means for your life. Here's the thing. I just said that and already that sounds very like, whoa, heavy stuff. But I don't think of decluttering as a chore. I think of it as fun, and I do it like it's fun, okay? And here's what I mean. First of all, 2 points I did write down, all right? One is, because I just came back from vacation, all the stuff in your house is pretty much souvenirs, right? Souvenirs. So check me out. I think it's one of the Canadian states used to have on their license plates, and it said like "Je me souviens." I don't take French. I almost said Spanish. I don't do the French, but it's like souvenir comes from the verb to remember, right? So we've got two kinds of souvenirs in our house. Only two kinds. One is one of things we have done. Your legitimate souvenirs. You know, I went to Wildwood, New Jersey, and I got myself a souvenir to remind myself of the thing I did and the person and the experience, right? So we have those ones that hold the memories of the past. We have other souvenirs that are more like of the people we want to be. So, for example, what do I got? An example here. I don't know, like a list, you know, you get your list of things to do. You've got, I don't know, like sometimes you put something, like I just put the mouthwash bottle on the kitchen table to remind myself that we need to get it at Target or our local place, the Gateway. And we need to get it at the Gateway, all right? So that is reminding me of the person I want to be, the person who has the mouthwash, the person who uses the mouthwash, right? But here's where the clutter happens, okay? Clutter is the souvenirs of the person you want to be or the things you want to do that get in the way, and instead of being the example of like the reminder to remind you to do the thing, they end up just staying there, right? So for example, there's that box with the half-done jigsaw puzzle. Half-done jigsaw puzzle on the coffee table, and it sits there. And you're not doing the puzzle, but part of you wanted to be the person who did the puzzle, right? But it just sits there and you're not doing anything with it because part of you is really like, you know what? Thought I wanted to be the person who did the puzzle, but now I'm doing the puzzle. I don't feel like being the person who does the puzzle. No big deal. Not a big deal at all. Actually, that is awesome because the second part of decluttering that is so much fun is that decluttering helps you explore and discover who you are and who you want to be, right? So here's what I mean by that. Like you're in your house and you look at decluttering as a chore, right? So it's, this is arduous, whatever. You look at it as an opportunity to like investigate and explore. And you can be like, oh my God. Like, so you pick up anything that you need to, like, what is this thing? Why do I have it? Do I want to keep it or not? Honestly, there's your decluttering in a nutshell. What's this thing? Do I want to keep it or not? If I want to keep it, I love it and I use it or I display it. If I don't want it, I pass it along, right? Okay, so perfect example. I've got a Sharpie in front of me. Now, I typically don't use red Sharpies, but I do have one for my thing, my calendar. And this one actually has the TWA Hotel on it. So while I might not usually go out and buy a red Sharpie, this one reminds me of when we went to the TWA Hotel, right? But for quite a while, I had this in a little thing of souvenirs, and I thought, well, I'm going to use it, so I use it for my calendar, right? So I learned that this reminds me of something good, and I use it, so I'm keeping it. Other things, you know, that are around, I say, oh, yeah, no, I don't need that. So hearkening back to when I said about the mouthwash bottle, what I do is instead of having it hang out there, kind of look, I got to do that, I take the next step. I write it down on my shopping list, right? I write down, I got to buy it, right? Then I recycle the bottle. Then I go out and buy the stuff, and then it's at my house. So I don't have it lingering around. So I just wanted to share this idea with you, these 2 ideas before the weekend, because then maybe you, this weekend, when you have a little bit of time, just be curious. Look around at your stuff in your home. See the things that like you look at and you're saying, why is that there? Oh, is that half-done project? Oh, is that to remind me to do that? Well, if it's sitting there to remind you to do it, take the next step. What's the next step in doing that thing, right? If you see something and it, you're like, oh, I don't even like that, take the next step. Pass it along. Put it in a bag to donate. Put it in a bag to recycle. Put it someplace to throw away, to share with somebody, right? But just look at your stuff and remember, I guess, 3 things. One is they're souvenirs of who you were. And if they're good souvenirs, keep them. If they don't longer bring you joy, pass them along. Or they're souvenirs of who you want to be. You want to be the person who uses the mouthwash. You want to be the person who does that thing. Then do the thing. Don't just let it sit there as a reminder. Have it be the conduit to doing the other thing. Because the thing is with the practice of doing that, figuring out what you have in your life and what you want and what you don't want in you, what you keep, what you say, yes, please, I want more of this, and no, thank you, you served your purpose, now I'm passing you along. That practice of making that decision, look at me, like all namaste, of making that decision of what you want more of in your life and what you want less of in your life, when you practice that with your decluttering, you get really good at it with saying yes to more things you want in your life outside of your clutter, and gets easier to say no thank you to the things you don't want in your life. I don't know. I think that's really cool. This is why I think decluttering can be so much fun. People, you're surrounded by stuff that for one reason or another you have in your life. Learn from it. Learn about yourself from it and learn about the person maybe you were, but also even more exciting, the person who you are right now and the person you want to be. Where am I? Here we go. The person you're like, I want to be the person who, I want to live a life that feels like I want to do these things in my life. Your stuff is going to remind you of that, and then only use it as a temporary holding thing. Then take the next step and do the things. I don't know. This is why decluttering with me is so much fun. It's not a chore. It's a chance to explore. I love the rhymes. I'm goofy like that. But anyhow, you know that if you need help with your cluttering, get in touch with me. We can set up a conversation, figuring out what the deal is. But just realize that decluttering your home helps you really get clear on what you want more in your life too. So it's not just about your home. It's about your life, right? So a little Friday shower inspiration. I promise I will have a Monday motivation for you, but I wanted to send this message out to you before the weekend, because you have time to like look around at your stuff. If this helped you, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. And if you think other people, if you know people who are struggling with their stuff or where they want to do in their life, bring them on along. This is fun. You know, this is how I roll. Road trip, fun. It's all what I do. So have a good weekend. I'll see you on Monday. And, figure out where you want to drive your life clutter-wise, and I'll help you get there. All right? I will see you on Monday.